Hello everybody, I'm on a silo rampage today, and just as I was about to finish up filming, I got notified of this on my homepage. From Variety, Rebecca Fergusson, Common and Silo cast talk Steve Zahn and season 2. And it looks like a group interview, and it immediately caught my attention, so I thought I'd sit here and film this as well. So, without any further ado, let's get into it, come on.
That's what's so great about these stories, it just doesn't end, and when you think you've got the story, it's like cricket. You just haven't, it just evaporates.
Like cricket.
What can you say? Did that make sense? You're looking at me so
like cricket?
I hope
it's like cricket.
Like the
I
game?
was trying to think about what cricket.
No, like the cricket, like the game. It makes no sense.
But it can go on forever, and that's what we're hoping for here.
Yeah.
Like cricket?
Well, I guess I can start this out by saying welcome to Silo, Steve.
Thank you.
He's so sweet.
Well, what is it like joining this kind of motley crew of folks? What are you most excited about kind of announcing your arrival to this series?
Well, it was a very unique job in that it's a huge world. There's a lot of people involved. There's, a lot moving and in and out and characters and this and that. But my character has been living alone for decades. And so I act with really one person here.
He's scary and weird.
Yeah, so, and we
Interact.
become friends.
Well, it takes time, doesn't it?
Yes.
Both of threat and
Necessity.
necessity.
Yeah.
Well, yes, because as we, finish these...
I'm just going to say, it's so fun. Look at Common. He doesn't even look anything like Sims. It's so funny seeing him like this.
In one, Juliet has gone outside, and we've discovered a whole new world out there. What? Yeah, but, really, what can you say about where season 2 picks up?
Should I? I think, Graham, you do this one so much better than me.
Well, boy, thanks for the setup, Rebecca. How can I fail now? Yeah, it's the thing that Hugh built, and this is Hugh Howey right here, the author of the trilogy, and
yes, you can do it longer than that if you want.
is that there's this great mystery of why are these people underground? Why are they living like that? When is it going to be safe to go out? Is it safe now, or what's going on? And so we felt that at the end of season 1, we got to answer some questions and then expand the universe. And it's suddenly, oh no, this is much bigger than we thought. And so that then gets us into the silo that Steve Zahn's character Solo lives in, and Juliet manages to get refuge in there. But will she survive? Meanwhile, back in the original silo, 18, we've got this whole story about a burgeoning rebellion, because they all saw someone walk over the hill and disappear, which has never happened in the history of the silo, as far as anyone knows. Those are the things that are driving the story.
I mean, thank you. I would never have answered those. I mean, look, that's fine.
I honestly don't know if that was the answer to the question, but they were words that I put together.
The good thing is you went long enough, we forgot what the question was.
Yeah, exactly.
We just assume you nailed it.
That's one of the tricks.
Frankly, my questions are never actually important. It's much more important when we get a chance to learn. And everybody here at Comic-Con has already been fans of this story, now fans of the show. Hugh, what has that experience been like, watching the words come to the screen
it's great
in
they
this
got
way,
Hugh
and
here. That's
getting
really
a chance to kind of watch the universe build?
It's been incredible. When this started taking off, I was working in a bookstore and I could see my sales in real time. And I was like, I think I'm going to have my 5 minutes of fame with this little short story. And now it's 15 years later, and I just feel like a kid in a candy store.
You worked in a bookshop?
Yeah, I was selling books while I was, dabbling, trying to get my own little story out there.
Great, I like that.
That's so
And
cool.
It's a lie, but I like it.
I assume every day is going to be the apex of this journey, and then it keeps going higher. And so I'm just grateful every day.
All right, Rebecca, Juliet, just in general, what are you so excited about diving into with her this season? Because something that's so great about this character is all the layers to her. I know you've talked about the whole badass character label being a little thin in its definition. So, what do you what sides and shades of her will we see this season?
I think, I have said that, haven't I, many times. I think what I loved about Juliet was the awkwardness of her character due to, I'm not going to go into it, but trauma and sedimented trauma. We talked a lot about what that does to her character and the fact that she works in the mines and she's good with her hands and she's not very socially equipped. She doesn't really know how to interact with people. And that was very safe in season 1. In season 2, she's now out of her element. There's no generator to fix, basically. And she walks into a completely new environment and has to gradually learn to interact with a human being. And she doesn't really know, and I'm going into the story, but the point is I love how all of our characters has dimensions and emotions and feelings and fears, and we have to go through all of those feelings to get to an end result. Because, as Graham has said, it's basically it's a mystery. And every time you think you've solved something, whether it's an emotional mystery or a connection or a bond, there's another hinder. And there's another hinder.
That's what I liked.
And that's what's so great about these stories. It just doesn't end. And when you think you've got the story, it's like cricket.
Here she goes.
You just haven't. It just evaporates.
Look at them.
What can you say?
Did that make sense? You're looking at me so.
Cricket? I haven't said cricket.
Like the
I was
game?
trying to think about what
No,
cricket.
like the cricket, like the game. It makes no sense. You're like,
But it can go on forever, and that's what we're hooking for here.
how's that?
I was wondering what cricket is.
That was quite a googly for
Yeah.
Like the 5-day game.
We've basically now greenlit season 17 of Silo because
Yes,
that
please.
or 17 rounds of cricket.
That's
One
right.
or the other. Well, tell me a little bit more about this rebellion and all of the ways that Sims, I'm sure, is trying to squash it in the silo.
Yeah, it's tricky because
I like him a
Sims
lot.
is about making sure order is kept in this silo, and he's a believer in the pact, and that's his life. He's committed to that, and so many others are. But when you get challenged, like we got challenged in this season, and not only did the challenges come from
So
within
cool.
the silo, but also I feel like, man, it was good for my character to have to deal with some of the questions that are coming up, and him having such a strong partner. His wife is a powerful woman, and your wife will bring you to the truth a lot. And Sims is experiencing a lot of things that may not even come out all the way yet in season 2, but it's definitely some questions, at least the way I approached this season, dealing with the rebellion. And it's something being a part of, like, the government for me, like, as a person, like, being a part of the people who established what society and kind of perpetuate the lies, or maybe it's some of it is the truth, but it's funny for me to actually play this character, but I love it. I love doing it, and I kind of like see the dimensions of how human beings just deal with their lives and have to follow suit in certain ways, but still question it. So anyway, that was a long answer to what was going on. It's good.
I was like, I need y'all all to be more confident in these answers. They're perfect. Because it's giving away just enough of a tease. Because that's kind of the complicated thing with a story like this, where, audiences can go and continue on with the source material and maybe think they know where it's going. Maybe they'll be surprised. What can you kind of say to those fans who think they have it all figured out about what's to come this season? Do you have a few wrenches you might be throwing into their expectations?
Well, we're not going to tell you. No, I think that there's this thing between Hugh and me that my joke that I feel that everyone should buy the books and not read them until after the series is done, so that we get to be the ones who spill the secrets and give the answers. But, there's a Reddit forum that says, this is for the TV show. If you've read the books, do not post, right? So there is that little push-pull. People can find most of the answers by reading the books. We've taken a few big changes and a few things that are quite different from the books, but...
I will tell you one thing, because I looked this up the other day. In the books, as far as I'm aware, according to Google, Solo was completely alone in Silo 17. They added these other characters in the show, but they're not in the book. And when Jules leaves, he is then alone again, which is I think if that had actually happened in the show, it would have been so heartbreaking. A part of me was so baffled when we saw these other characters show up, but I'm actually really happy that he's not completely alone anymore, because in the book, apparently, when she goes, he's just solo again. He's completely on his own. So that would have been heartbreaking. I'm glad they included someone else.
You know, basically we're here because of what Hugh came up with. So, you know, we want to deliver on that.
No,
in the spirit, sometimes more than the thing.
Yeah.
Big changes to Bernard's character, played by Tim Robbins in the first season. Some gender flips and things like that. But we're trying to stay true to the thing he set up, which is, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. And I haven't felt that anybody has, like, people always come up to me with theories and ideas about what's happening. I mean, especially while the first season was going on. And, you know, obviously I wouldn't tell them anything of what was going on. Nobody really figured out things, especially, I mean, obviously, if they haven't read the books, they have no idea. So I love that no matter how smart you are, you can't outsmart the silo, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
I love that line.
Although my critter man, I live on a farm, so the guy comes and takes skunks and takes them away. He's got it figured out.
Really?
I swear. Yeah, he was like, this is
So
what I think this dude. I was like,
Don't listen to Critter Man. Do not follow Critter Man on Twitter or X or whatever it is.
Critter Man.
Critter Man.
yeah.
Big snake.
I think Critter Man
He's
should be
telling
a
you what's
character
happening and you're just
in
trying to
season
maintain,
3.
just like you've had to do as you've kept the secret that you've joined the show.
He's watching now and he's like,
Crazy.
I do have it figured out. I knew it.
I also love those super intelligent, beyond the world intelligent who comes up and goes, well, actually the generator wouldn't work because what you need to do is get a blah, 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 and I'm going, well, I believed it. I have no idea what you're talking about,
Right.
but I fucking believed it.
Yeah, no, Hugh got a lot of notes from people on the generator, and I was like, hands off, I didn't do that.
It's him.
Sometimes it's
I
like,
blame
you
it
know
all.
what?
I blame it on Graham.
Yeah, or you can blame it on a lot of people. I was like, it look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
look cool.
Right? It look cool. It look
It's a
cool.
show.
Yeah, it's a show.
I got a few of those comments when season 1, episode 3 came out, and people were like, "This episode was great, but the fans don't work the right way," or the thing. And I was just like, I felt like going, "Dude, it's a show. Let it go, man." Like, God knows what these guys get. They must get letters. Excuse me, you didn't do this properly.
I would love to kind of guess what was maybe the most challenging element of season 2. I guess it's not me guessing, it's me asking. What would you say was the most challenging element of Juliet's story in season 2?
But
How much do we talk about
No,
it?
you can't talk
I
about
don't wanna
details,
talk
but you
about
did
it.
talk
I
about
can
the weird thing about
say-
not being with all the cast.
Yeah, but that wasn't challenging. That's
You
a
can't
lie.
talk about water.
That was a lot.
No,
You care about them?
No, I care about it. It's not challenging. I can do it, though. It was challenging not being with my cast. No, there are things... let me say this. We challenge new elements.
It's physical, right?
It's
yeah, it's a
physical.
physical.
It is new. It's scary. It's also things that I can do. There's going to be code, but still at
The water.
the depths of what she needs to do is so intense.
Clever.
That for me as an actress was probably one of the most intense things that I've ever done.
Why?
I had to read a book. Not kidding. That was quite good, right? That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
And when people
did
watch
well,
it who know, they're
Yeah,
gonna.
they're gonna be like,
I started
"Ah,
to
I
do
know.
Yeah.
thank
Different
you.
element.
Very
Thank
clever.
you.
Yeah.
I got it.
Being able to come back later and say, oh, that is what she meant
Yeah.
by that
The
challenge.
depths.
Well, I guess I'll ask
Good
you then
one.
about another challenge because you are joining the Peaky Blinders cast. Talk about a different challenge. Is there, an accent that you have to master for that one?
Is she?
How did that come together?
To be honest, at this point, I literally found out myself, so I'm in the conversations of that. So we'll see what happens.
big fan?
Maybe not. Maybe I'll do it stumm. But my accents are very, very good. The Birmingham accent.
Jesus,
Well,
Rebecca,
are you
no.
Were you a
I'm
big
excited.
fan of the show? Yeah.
Yeah, it's phenomenal and it's fun. The fact is,
I will
This
just
is a-
say, I'm surprised if they're doing press for Silo. I'm surprised they'd mentioned Peaky Blinders. That almost comes across rude. But anyway, I'll see this out.
family and Silo is such a big part of my life.
Yeah, she's
It
bringing it
is
back
amazing
to
to
Silo.
be able to dip in and out into other worlds. And then sitting here, doing all of these interviews.
But wherever
Yeah,
you go,
well
you give
done,
yourself to
Rebecca.
those, yeah.
That was
More
very
than
professional the way
anything.
she brought
Yes.
that back.
I was like, you're like, actually, Denis would have something to say about that. But yes, I mean, you have so many families, quite frankly. I mean, how are you really finding the time to be in all of these worlds, and in particular, of course, also as an executive producer on Silo too.
These guys do the show. I just pretend.
That's just not at all true.
No, it
You
is.
brought a lot. You
I'm
brought a
going to
lot
send
to
it over.
this.
It is no. I'm going to be the whole. Yes, it's amazing. I get amazing offers and work, but we all do. We're all pulled. Barely been able to tie this one down, and this one could barely make it in time. But for me, it's been watching how Graham works as a showrunner. I'm learning the ropes, and I love studying people. I study everyone in their elements. That's what we do, and the show just runs really well from Hugh's work, and it trickles down.
We've got amazing producers, amazing directors, all the heads of departments.
Amazing writers.
It's an amazing environment.
I would say first season I would have 50 emails a day about would this be in the silo, would that be in the silo? Half the time I'd forward them to Hugh and he would say, I don't know, I wrote that 10 years ago. I don't know. But we would sort of figure it out. After a couple months, there were maybe 3 emails a day that people figured it out. Everyone knew what was the silo world, and everyone was pulling in the same direction. And that's really one of the most fun parts of it. Except for the generator.
Yeah.
The generator's never pulling in the right direction.
No.
I was thinking about the various relics that are in the silo. Did you ever think of just putting anyone in for fun? Something that was just kind of off the wall that they might find?
Steve.
Graham, I think this might be a question for you.
No, I mean, I can't remember. Was Pez in the book?
I can't remember at this point.
I know, we can't remember now, Pez. It's now become so iconic
Now
for the
it's
show.
a huge thing.
We can't remember if it was
Pez is in the book.
The Pez is in the book.
The Pez is in the book?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I want Graham to feel like he's doing.
So the
Oh,
Pez
thank
is
you.
in the book. Sorry,
The Pez is not in the
Thank
book.
you.
I don't know.
Graham came up with the Pez.
But Graham came up
I
with
actually
Pez.
invented Pez. I'm that old. Yeah, no, there
Do
were.
we have some fun little things that are hiding? I feel like we do.
There's something
Yes.
in season 2.
In season 2.
We see there's this character, the judge, who's a secondary
Mm-hmm.
character in the first season, and she becomes incredibly important, I will say, in
She's
season
brilliant.
2. And she has access to all the relics, and so you see some of that in her life. I don't want to give away what they are, but you're like, oh, yeah, no, that's something that someone would take into the silo and it would be pulled away from them. But then there's one in particular, which is the little memory cube thing that is very emotional.
It's nice when it's something banal, but it's in a.
Yeah, in case you'd forgotten, because I really like this detail at the time, they have almost like he says the memory cube, but it's almost like a projector. So it's almost playing like home videos. That bit I really loved because you could just see the sheer pain on her, where she could see these people from the before times. And she's got this urge to go out and be free from all this. And she sits there and she's playing it against the wall. I really like that bit. I love that almost more than the VR sequence.
It's nice when it's something banal, but it's in a glass case.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Like-
fun.
But actually, it was some things in a space that was like blew my mind.
That they put in there.
Yeah, that I was like, wow, we got all of this in the silo.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, the
A lot of content.
set decoration people and everything. So the detail when Sims goes into that relic room, all of those pouches were filled with something.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, it was not accidental.
There should be a lot of pausing, I think,
My
in some of those scenes.
Yeah.
my
With all
set
the
is one of
details.
the most amazing sets
Oh,
I've ever walked
it's-
into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't get into that until later in the
But
season.
you tell them that I stole,
No, I won't.
and
but
it's not stealing.
you
I
stole
would
stuff
say
every day.
there might be things in my bag. I'm leaving my
You
bag
can't
open.
do that.
And
If it fell in,
people-
if it falls out, that's not your fault. That's gravity.
That's the power of
Oh my God.
Well, listen,
I've got to call
I
HR
wasn't
right now.
I wasn't going to let us get past that question of what you've slid into your bag
Yeah,
from
liberate,
set.
steal, snook out. I've taken.
I've got stuff that I want
Yeah.
from
What
the
do you
set.
want?
I want the hard drive. I want the MacGuffin.
I have it already.
No,
No, I'm kidding.
You guys have shared custody of your hard drive.
I'm at your house going through the air vents.
Well, what has gone home with you?
Okay, so what? One.
Is this season 1 or season?
Oh yeah, good question.
Yeah. Yeah, don't tell anything.
Careful,
season two.
Rebecca. Careful.
She's trying to get us in trouble.
Yeah.
I've seen
is
her game.
difficult.
Yeah, I
Well, she's
see.
tricky.
Well done.
Graham.
Sneaky.
You're pretty clever.
Holy moly! If that was intentional, well done.
We can go with season 1 things, I guess.
No, I mean I don't know. So many things.
I want to say something about season 2. It's amazing. You know, I have to watch it because I'm supposed to watch it, but my wife and I binged it. We could not stop watching it, and I bawled through some of the scenes you guys were in. Like, it's magical. I can't wait for people to see this.
I watched it. I fast forward their
wait
scenes
to
just
see
to
it.
our scenes.
You're right.
Claire.
Oh, hi.
You're
That's what I
right.
like about Rebecca.
Oh, y'all got
It's so
things.
good. It's
Blah, 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 blah.
It is-
Juliet, blah, 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 blah. Juliet.
You know what's crazy though? When you have 10 scripts, it's insane,
Yeah.
right? It's
Yeah.
like a Bible. It's huge. And then we realized that we don't interact, right? Our scripts just were like that. They were just reduced to like, you know, that was insane.
The first episode, not a real spoiler, is just focused on Juliet, and I wrote it, and it kept on cutting it down for production and stuff, and it was a very short script. And asked Apple, "Are you comfortable with a short episode?" And they said, "Fine." It's not short because it's one of those things. If you just put in Juliet builds a thing to cross this gap in the bridge, well, that's a 3-minute sequence, and it was really fun.
Yeah, I was going to say, as he was saying it's short, I'm thinking, no, it's not. But there's not a lot of talking in it at all, obviously, because it is just Jules getting into that. But I remember when I was editing that video for YouTube, there's barely any talking, but all of it's action. And I think in that video I'm doing a lot of like voiceover stuff, if I remember rightly.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the fun. That's the innovation. That's the, you know, what makes a creative experience like this so special. It is nothing formulaic about Silo. That is for sure.
And all the directors, Michael Dinner, Eric Avellino, Bert, Amber, and she, they're all just really bring everything to
They were great.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, as you mentioned, or well, I guess we were just mentioning the emotional nature of this character. What can you share about working with Rebecca and what it was like to kind of tap into this guy who hasn't been around anybody and then meets Juliet?
It was a fascinating character to explore. Somebody who literally hasn't interacted with anybody in decades. So he's kind of frozen in time in the body of a middle-aged man. We had so much fun. It was bliss. I felt like I was doing this crazy Pinter play. It was great. And thank God we love each other, because it would be really difficult to work that long with somebody that you are at odds with, but we work the same way.
Really well.
We had the same kind of like, we can be in it and then just drop it and screw around, and then in it and just drop it. And that was, it was great.
Yeah.
It was
It's,
okay.
These two. What's great about their characters too, these are two characters who don't do well with other people.
Nope.
And all of a sudden rely on another human
Exactly.
Yeah,
to figure that out.
it's crazy.
And it's a painful and really emotional journey to go on it with them.
What was
I was actually going to say, Rebecca at the beginning of this, and I didn't pause it because I wanted to just let it play, but she talks about how Juliet really, she works with her hands, she doesn't know how to talk or communicate. It was interesting, the relationship she develops with Solo reminded me of her younger brother, which obviously she lost. We find this out in season 1, and that he had a heart condition. It always makes me wonder if Juliet is almost taking care of Solo like he was the younger brother that she ended up losing. And the dynamic there of, even though the character of Solo may be older than Juliet, but it's because he's that mentally stagnated, he's that much younger, she really did almost play like a big sister to him. And I liked how they almost brought that back, it almost gave her like she was able to sort of reconcile what she lost, and I thought it was a really nice detail to it.
what Steve does with his character is so overwhelmingly emotional, and I don't want to go into what he does, but it's absolutely brilliant. It's hard to not fall into the habit of doing the same for me, and because I already have an established character and she's awkward and she has her movements and her walk and whatever it is, I found myself constantly tricking into going, oh no, that's him, stop it, go back, I have to do it
Yeah,
again.
like a mirroring thing.
Because it's so intoxicating. When things are good, we in the real world mimic each other, you know, as well, don't we?
Yes, for
You know,
sure. Yeah.
I rap now. You know?
And you do it well.
do.
And I speak with the Swedish accent.
Yeah. But then gradually realizing, but that's okay maybe, because it's what we do, we merge. You know?
I'm looking forward to you all scenes. I can't wait to see that. Like,
Singing,
can't either,
rapping.
no.
There's a lot of people
Scenes, not
involved
Oh, sorry.
in the show that haven't seen the season yet because they're waiting for all the visual effects to be done.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to see it with, you know, and my wife is angry with me because I said, you gotta wait.
I want to wait.
Yeah.
Listen, I now need the Silo rap. I didn't realize that you guys are just coming up with verses each season.
Rebecca, she got it.
I don't know. There was something about a ramen and common.
You know what? We're not going to go into that. It was a joke. It was a joke that.
It's a joke that'll be in the deleted.
They'll live in
There will be a
infamy.
video.
Great. I mean, listen, like you said, innovative. That's episode 7. But as we all kind of anticipate Silo season 2, I'm also curious what you guys are anticipating. What is on your watch list? What are some shows, movies, things that you are?
That's an interesting question.
excited?
You know, I hear really good things about this slow horses show.
Yeah.
It's
good.
I work on that.
Okay.
There's a lot of. Isn't that sad?
Remember that tiny mic we had before?
Yeah, I know. That would have been for the tiny mic drop.
Tiny mic.
No, honestly, and this sounds really
Several season two
Apple-centric,
for
but
me.
I really want to
Yeah.
see Sunny.
Oh, yeah.
And we worked with Rashida
Rashida.
in the first season, and
love
just a wonderful human being, and want to see that. Yeah.
It's a good thing we
Sunny.
killed her to free her up for us.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how we think.
Yeah. We set him free.
What about you, Steve?
But they can always come back.
Sports.
Sports.
Sports. The Olympics, I'm sure.
I
Probably.
watch the news.
Olympics,
I watch
yes.
sports. Yeah.
Anybody else? What else are you guys watching?
Sports.
You know.
There are some good shows on other services that I enjoy watching, but I'd rather not talk about them at this time.
There are so many good shows.
There
and
are.
If we lift one, then I'm going to go, oh, dash it, I forgot Severance season 2, and then we forgot. No,
People should just
Good
watch
girl.
Silo
Good
season
girl.
1 again.
on repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think
I'm
that's.
surprised.
I
I am surprised with some of these interview questions. They're doing very well to bring this back. This is a long interview, and they've asked 2 questions about other shows. I'm very pleased with some of their professionalism, because I think I would have told them to shut up, actually. I'm also surprised they keep the camera on them, because it makes it look a bit awkward. Either way, this is very entertaining, and it's nice to see them all here together, but I don't know, I think they could have done this setup a little bit better.
if in order to
Didn't
get
before season 2 comes out.
to get
Actually-
all of the small things that you're gonna need to pause and know for the next season, you kind of do need to rewatch
Yes.
season 1. I'm on board. Well, thank you guys so much,
you.
and
Thank
have
you.
so much fun at your panel. I guess actually, maybe I should ask a question about that. What's it like being at Comic-Con?
This is my first
Amazing.
time. I
First
don't
time.
know. I'm just in a building for now.
First
First time
I'll
at
go walk
Comic-Con,
around.
Rebecca?
You know?
It's hard for them to walk the floor.
I haven't,
because
I'm going to.
of who they are. It's not hard
I'm gonna try it.
for
Oh, yeah.
writer guy. And I went with my wife and son, and Jack had summed it up. He said, "You know what it's like when you're leaving a concert?" He said, "It's like that all the time, everywhere. It's just the slow,
That's good.
you know, the shuffle. But
Sounds
so
like
much
hell.
creativity.
It's cool.
So wonderful artists doing wonderful work, and just the spirit of it. When you see footage of Comic-Con, you see people all dressed up, you think, oh, that's kind of goofy. You get there and you go, fantastic, good for you.
Yeah.
This loving
Awesome.
community of people who just love to geek out on this
Great.
interesting stuff.
Love it.
If you could bump into someone cosplaying any one of the characters you all have played throughout your careers, who would you want to see?
Or who we all played, or anyone who we
Yeah, any character you've ever played in your career. If you bumped into someone cosplaying one of those characters.
Would you like to see a Lady Jessica go through, or
No, I think
Elsa?
Rose the Hatter would be fun.
I saw a Juliet at New York Comic Con who was spot on. I think
I
I sent you a
think you sent
picture.
me a
Yeah.
picture.
It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what? Anyone who takes the time and effort,
It's great.
it's amazing. I mean,
It
it's
is
just,
really
it
cool.
feels a bit silly and to say that, but to be honest, to see a picture, an image of someone dressing up and making the time, meaning they love the show that much, I love it. I mean, the fact that I have to hide, I feel like, no, sod off. I can be with the people, you know?
Just tell people I'm not really her. I'm just
It's the way she doesn't give a shit. I have so much respect for Rebecca.
playing her.
It's actually a good way to get her.
How about you?
floor.
Which one would you go as? Come on.
I don't know.
Come on.
Bad ape?
Bad ape.
Yeah,
Bad ape.
I played
My
this.
arms.
I played this character in John Wick 2, who I really love
Yeah, it
playing.
was a great scene,
So
man.
thanks. So I would love to see somebody doing that. But I have to say, I love how passionate the people who come to Comic-Con are. Like, they love what they love, and it's dope to see like that type of passion
So
and
funny
enthusiasm.
seeing Sims like this.
So to be celebrated for us to have Silo here is amazing to me.
Y'all are gonna have a blast. It's
He's
so
so
much fun. And the
sweet.
fans are going to lose their minds about all these updates. So thank you for sharing them with us.
Thank you.
Here
Thank you.
first,
Thank you.
kind of.
Yeah.
That was good. Again, some weird questions, and I think sometimes there's an awkwardness. I think I'd rather just see them, I don't know, just sat in a more comfortable environment. I don't know, there's just sometimes I just feel like it all gets a bit like caught up, but it's interesting. Some of the comments here are quite interesting. When Common says silo, he goes like silo. Yeah, it's like he's still in character. Apple should definitely do something with their marketing strategy. This show deserves more recognition, as well as Rebecca. Amazing performance in season 1, and she didn't get an Emmy nomination. I'm confused. There does seem something off with the marketing. Why is this show not more popular? Yeah. Yeah, I do find sometimes some of this marketing stuff is just a bit off. Because I know with myself, with my channel and the performance and stuff, it dipped a lot, and I'm shocked, because for me, there's bits of this show that's gripped me far more than anything else I've watched, and I don't know, the concept of multi-character interweaving and different stories playing out in chronological order in different spaces but on the same timeline, it's very clever the way they've done it. I'm quite shocked, actually, that there wasn't more exposure than there is. A little bit of an awkward interview, some moments where I always wonder why they ask them the questions that they do, and you could see the professionalism there, especially Rebecca, where she tries to bring it back full circle, so big pat on the back to her, well done. If you could pick a character from any other TV show that you have seen to appear in Silo, just to appear as a feature for one episode, who would it be? For me, just for comedic effect, I would say Harmony Cobell from Severance. I think Harmony Cobell, she works in IT and she's desperately trying to get Bernard's job. She's in competition with Sims, that's what I'd like to see. Who would you pick? And who would be your character to go in Silo? Let me know below. Thank you as always for watching. Do hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, put notifications on, that way you won't miss any more videos. And I'll see you very, very soon. Don't get stuck in a silo. Music is better than ice cream. And take very, very good care of yourself. See you very, very soon. Bye bye.